friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Did you know you're all my very best friends?
Lots of pony butt in this episode. So we see Applebloom's class for the first time, and I can already see some characters that are going to become more prominent later. Apparently Scootaloo was depressed that day, and Sweetie Belle was sick.
Thank you.
So their teacher, Cheerilee, is giving a lesson on cutie marks.
Like all ponies, I wasn't born with a cutie mark. My flank was blank.
And apparently Cheerilee was a child of the 80s. I knew there was a reason why I liked her. Anyway, a cutie mark appears on a pony's flank when the pony discovers whatever it is that makes them stand out from other ponies. And suddenly Applebloom is very aware that she doesn't have one yet, thanks to Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon.
Sugar Love Rope!
Oh yeah, get used to these two.
You know, I was the last pony in my class to get a cutie mark.
So it turns out that it's normal for the Apple family to get their cutie marks relatively late, which makes Applebloom realize that her special talent must have something to do with apples.
Apples, apples, apples!
Also get used to Applebloom being completely insufferable. By the way, apparently it was coincidence that this pony resembles the 10th Doctor and has an hourglass for a cutie mark, though the creators end up running with it later on. Anyway, Dr. Hooves doesn't want any apples.
If I buy some apples, will you please leave me alone?
There'll be 4 bits.
I didn't put those in my bag. I am really, really sorry about that. Here, take these. No charge. And these.
Yeah, Bonbon is kind of a bitch. She has a different voice nearly every time she shows up, but the show is oddly consistent about that.
Sorry, little sis, but your apple selling days are over.
It's about time. So anyway, part of the reason Applebloom is so anxious about getting her cutie mark is because Diamond Tiara has what I assume is like a bat mitzvah for ponies who have gotten their cutie marks coming up, and she doesn't want to show up without a cutie mark of her own. Applejack suggests that she go with a friend who also doesn't have a cutie mark, and Applebloom remembers that her friend Peppermint Twist doesn't have one. Except that it turns out that Twist did just get hers. Ouch.
I've always loved making my own favorite sweets, but it took me some time to discover that it was my super special talent.
So a little later on...
Looks like some pony's got a dark cloud hanging over her head. Let me do something about that.
Good one, Dash. Applebloom explains what's going on.
I want it now!
Ugh.
Applejack says,
Hey, who are you gonna listen to?
Applejack?
I love that her impression of Applejack is crossing her eyes and pretending to buck with one of her back legs. It goes by so quick you could almost miss it.
Or the pony who was first in her class to get a cutie mark.
Anyway, Dash has some ideas for how to help Applebloom get her cutie mark. It basically involves trying as many things as possible as quickly as possible. One of which is roller derby.
I'll never find something I'm good at. You look like you'd be good at eating cupcakes.
Oh god, if I make a joke about every time Pinkie Pie says cupcakes, we'll be here all day.
Eating cupcakes?
Though I am just now realizing that this scene is probably what inspired one version of the story to involve Applebloom. Come to think of it, it could have inspired cupcakes overall.
And I'm sure I could learn a lot more, but I've got some cupcakes to eat.
Okay, that was cute.
All you have to do is take a cup of flour, add it to the mix.
And so Pinkie Pie sings about cupcakes.
Cupcakes, so sweet and tasty cupcakes. Don't be too hasty, cupcakes. Cupcakes, cupcakes, cupcakes.
I'm pretty sure that no one ever got their cutie mark the first time they did something. Unless they did a really spectacular job at it.
Flour! It's flour! Yay! I guessed it!
So Twilight shows up and Applebloom tells her everything that happened so far.
Run now!
Ugh. She talks Twilight into using magic to make it appear,
All right.
but it doesn't work.
Forget it. There's no way I'm going to that
And then somehow Applebloom just finds herself at the party.
party.
So then she tries to hide a lot. Hi, snails. I love that popping balloons are apparently this guy's special talent, going by his cutie mark. And that's how Berry Punch got labeled as a lush.
Applebloom!
And she almost made it. So now what, Applebloom? And the flowers are still standing.
It really shows off your cutie mark. Oh, wait. That's right. You don't have one. I have a cutie mark. I'm afraid that if I show it off, everyone will start paying attention to me instead of you. Forget it. I didn't really want to see it anyway.
I can't believe that worked. Not that it does for very long.
Oh no. Nice try. Blank flank. You got a problem with blank flank?
You go, Scootaloo.
It means she's full of potential. It means she could be great at anything.
Wow, Applebloom, Scootaloo, and Sweetie Belle just met for the first time ever. Ahem. So Twilight and Applejack convince everyone that not having a cutie mark is fine too. If anything, it means the possibilities are endless. And the attention gets taken away from Diamond Tiara. Boo-hoo.
Name's Scootaloo. And I'm Sweetie Belle. Applebloom.
So Applebloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo decide to stick together and try to get their cutie marks as a team. And the Cutie Mark Crusaders is formed.
What do you say we celebrate with some of these delicious cupcakes? Not the cupcakes. Trust me.
I'm trying. This episode is not making it easy. And so ends Call of the Cutie.
I am happy to report.
So in the past, I've alluded to this episode being one of the very few that I actively dislike. And whenever I say that, people assume it's because I hate the Cutie Mark Crusaders. And while they do seem to fall into love it or hate it for most people, I actually love the CMC most of the time. Not all their episodes are gems, but usually I think they're adorable. And actually watching this episode again, it's not bad. In fact, story-wise, it's just fine. Most of the characters are handled well, and there are a lot of fun little moments here and there. The main issue I have with it is that I find Applebloom completely insufferable in it. I mean, I get that she's meant to be annoying and it's being played for laughs, but I just find it kind of grating, especially when compared to what a great character she was in Bridal Gossip. It's like she regressed here. Anyway, I could be reading too much into things, but I feel like cutie marks are an allegory to puberty in this episode. In fact, they sound a bit like girls talking about getting their first periods. Either way, that's kind of interesting. But the lesson in the end is that having something change about you doesn't necessarily mean that you'll end up losing your friends. The final shot is Princess Celestia looking at her own cutie mark. And how she got it is left completely open to interpretation. Anyway, next up is Fall Weather Friends. See you then.
Is there something on my flank? Is there? So, what does my cutie mark look like? A shopping bag full of apples? A satisfied customer eating an apple?